So, Derrick Rose was traded to the New York Knicks a couple days ago, and this surprised many because Derrick Rose was a player that probably no one really thought that was going to be traded during the offseason. But obviously, there was many reports that it was either going to be Jimmy Butler or Derrick Rose. But obviously, Derrick Rose at this point in time is a little bit more talented, and the Bulls organization does want to build their team around their young, talented shooting guard. So what the New York Knicks got, who they traded for, the New York Knicks traded Robin Lopez, who was on a huge contract, which I think was a great deal. They also traded Jose Calderon, who is not a bad player, but the New York Knicks, many of their fans do not like him at all. And they also traded Grant, who was their selection in the NBA draft a couple years ago. And the Chicago Bulls also traded a guard, Justin Holiday, and a 2017 second round draft pick. So basically, I think the Bulls gave up way too much. They gave up a talented shooting guard in Justin Holiday, which is just crazy, and a second round pick, in which I don't think they should have gave up. But can Derrick Rose find his ways and go back to the MVP season that he once was with the Chicago Bulls? That's what we want to find out. Did he need a new change in systems, organizations, and a new role of players? Obviously, he has one of the best small forwards in the league, one of the best scorers in the NBA, you can say, and Carmelo Anthony. Him and Carmelo Anthony make. Carmelo really hasn't ever had a great point guard. The New York Knicks have been searching for a good point guard for a couple of seasons now, and they just can't find one until they traded for Derrick Rose. Obviously, Carmelo Anthony is going to still be the leading scorer here in New York, and he's just going to put up many points a game. And he showed us last season that he is a good, versatile player as well. He can rebound. He hasn't been known for assisting, and he kind of did that last season. He averaged a lot of assists per game. He's mostly a scoring forward. So what can him and Carmelo Anthony as well as Kristaps Porzingis do next season? Here's what the team's looking like. They got Derrick Rose, Aaron Fall, Carmelo Anthony, Kristaps Porzingis, and Kyle O'Quinn. And then they have a great bench as well. So obviously, if Derrick Rose can put up 20 points a game, that would be huge for this team. And we're going to simulate the whole season and see what this record will be. So if they're going to do better with Derrick Rose on the team, or are going to do a little bit worse. But they jump out to a 3-0 streak right here. They won 3 games in a row. And they do lose to the San Antonio Spurs, but come back and beat the defending champions, Cleveland Cavaliers. So it looks like so far Derrick Rose has been a success for this New York Knicks team, as now we are on a 3-game losing streak. So it's crazy. I never predicted that Derrick Rose was going to be traded from the Chicago Bulls. I never thought that the Chicago Bulls were ever going to trade him, because who knows, he could come have a bounce back season. He has been dealing with a lot of injuries. I understand that, but it's still Derrick Rose. He's a great player, great scorer, but it was very surprising to see him leave Chicago and now move on to New York. I think it was a great trade for New York. They kind of stole Derrick Rose from the Chicago Bulls. So I'm going to continue simulating, and I'll see you guys at the end of season number 1. This season, Kevin Durant wins MVP, averaging 30 points a game, 8 rebounds, as well as 7 assists. Jahlil Okafor wins Rookie of the Year. Joakim Noah, 6-man. DeAndre Jordan, who made his way all the way to Washington, wins Defensive Player of the Year. Mike Conley, Most Improved. And Billy Donovan wins Coach of the Year, bringing his OKC Thunder to a 62-20 record. So going to the standings right here, we did not make the playoffs. We finished with a record of 34-48. But obviously, I feel like with Derrick Rose on this team, they'd be much better than a 34-win team. Going to player stats, Carmelo, 23 points a game. Also averaged 8 rebounds and 5 assists. Derrick Rose, 20 points a game and 6 assists. So great bounce back season for Derrick Rose here on the New York Knicks. Kristaps Porzingis, 13 points, and Tony Rowan as well as Aaron Fall also had great seasons. Tony Rowan averaging 12 and Aaron Fall averaging 12 as well. So we did not make the playoffs like I said, but I feel like this team would be definitely a playoff team if they can get one more ad in free agency. And it looks like it's going to be OKC and Toronto, and OKC is going to win the NBA championship 4-2 in Game 6. And Russell Westbrook is your final MVP. Averaged 27 points, 8 rebounds, and 13 assists. So if you guys do want to see more of these videos, make sure to slap that like button, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.